All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to insert some text that you're going to then cut out on the vinyl machine. So you open up Silhouette Studio, click on the little text icon over in the corner, and then you're going to basically type in what you want. You can go back and or hit escape. You can move this down a little bit. You're going to click on it. You're going about 4 inches. You can drag it and resize it, but about 4 inches is, in terms of its length, is going to be appropriate. You can select whatever font you want. Try to pick something um, that's not too complicated. You don't want a lot of nothing like this in terms of, cut that out isn't going to work very well. So pick something that's relatively simple. This one would work. I'm just going to pick a different one to keep it easy here. I'll keep it in Arial. So you and your group are going to basically put all of your names on this one piece of vinyl. So what you want to do is you can copy it and move it around and then change the name by double clicking on it. So put all your group members' names in there. Another way you can do it is to, over here on this kind of star pattern is our replicate panel. So you can click on something and you can duplicate it. This goes to the right. I could go down. I could go to the left. That would give me 4 that have some spacing to them. Those might even be a little bit too close to each other, but whatever I do, you're going to get your names on there. When you're ready, because you're going to cut this out of heat transfer vinyl, it needs to be mirrored. So you're going to select your text and then you want to mirror that horizontally so that it looks backwards. You no longer need that text. So this is the text that you want. And you can delete that guy. And then when you have all your names there, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the send component. So send, you'll see as you look through it that your text, let me zoom in a little bit, is there and it's backwards. And then you need to make sure that you are, it'll be connected hopefully for you automatically to your vinyl cutter. Let me select the correct one. All right. Once it says it's available, it should detect the tool automatically. If not, we have an auto blade. That's what we're going to do. And then you're going to make sure that it is on that heat transfer vinyl. So you can click on that menu and then select down to make sure that you have the heat transfer vinyl as your material type. When you're ready, so that you have that there, what you're going to do is you're going to select the text that you want to actually cut. You can leave it on cut on edge. All of the settings should be appropriate that come as a default. If not, we can talk about changing them, but hopefully that'll cut it out. And then when you're ready, you're going to click send, and that will send it to the machine. But before you do that, you need to actually load the material. So in the next part, we're going to load the material, come back to this step, and then actually hit send to the machine. All right, so I've got my design and it's time to take it from the computer and send it to the Silhouette vinyl cutter. So basically you just pop this front panel up and back, and then the power switch is on the side over here. You take a second to kind of turn on. And what you need to do is you need to get the vinyl, and the key with the vinyl, with this type of heat transfer vinyl, and the directions are on it. But basically you need to do 2 things. You make sure that your design is mirrored, and you need to feed in the material in the correct direction. So let me pull out, I'm going to do mine in this gray color. And so what you guys see here is you have this side, which is a little bit more matte, and then you have this glossy side. And this glossy side is going to be your kind of transfer paper, so you're going to cut it with the matte side, with the flatter side going in. And so when you do that, you're going to place, you're going to put it on a sheet first. So the sheets are right down here in the cabinet, and we'll pull it out. So some materials are able to cut without it. This is a little bit sticky. You're going to place it on the mat, It doesn't have to be lined up perfectly, but do what you can with it so you don't waste material. Make sure that it's down there, and then you're going to feed this into the rollers. There's arrows here that show you kind of where it should be set up, and then you hit the up arrow to make it go in, and that will bring in your material. So that's basically all it is, ready to go on the vinyl machine. Your next step is to send it to the machine. So again, on your design tab, we'll have the video that walks through this, but you click on send. So I'm going to hit send. Okay, so when it's done, it will spit it back out just a little bit. You hit the arrow to release it, and then what you want to do is make sure that it actually cut your material. So it's hard for me to see that it went through, so we have to adjust our settings. But we're going to try to weed this to take those pieces out. So I'm going to get some scissors, take it off of here, and then put this paper back on so it stays sticky for later use. Put that away. Alright, so I can see my make sure not to cut into my actual design. Alright, so I have this piece here, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use various weeding tools to try to take away the vinyl that I don't want to show. Okay, so I'm going to weed this out. I know it's hard to see in the image, but I can see basically some very light where the text is. So there's different weeding tools you can use. This is a good one. It's just got a point on the end to kind of get you started. And you're just going to try to get an edge to come up somehow. And then you're going to pull back on that until you can basically get your whole design out. So I'm going to speed up the video a little bit so that you can see the end result. And then we will put it on our piece of fabric. We put it on our piece of fabric. Okay, so I was able to get it weeded. It came out pretty well. What you can see is this part is sticky and that it is backwards, right? What you're going to do is we're going to take the blue apron. This is where you're going to actually place material, and then when you flip it over, what you'll see is it will look the right way. So we're going to apply heat to this side and then gently peel it off, and we should have transferred the vinyl onto our actual apron. Alright, so this is our heat press. This is a machine that's really simple to use. The key part to start with is it's going to be unplugged when you get it, and you need to unplug it when you're done. And so you're going to plug it in, and there's a power button here right on the front. You're going to power it on, and you'll see some settings here that we need to adjust. So right now it's 65 degrees for 15 seconds. The directions again are on the piece. So what it says here in our directions, I know that's hard to read, is 305 degrees for 10 to 15 seconds. So I'm going to increase my temperature. So I'm going to click the temperature, and it's 310, so I want 305. And then 15 seconds is already set, but I have a little clock icon that I could do that. So it's warming up. We'll let it warm up, and when it's ready, we will apply our vinyl. Up at 305. So we have here this kind of pad, this heat pad, that we want to get our material on, make sure that it's lined up the way we want it. We're going to take our vinyl and we're going to lay it out the way that we want it to look. All right, so that has the text the right way. And then we're going to put this paper on top of it. It's a Teflon paper, just to give a little bit of a difference between the vinyl and the heat. So we're going to take the machine off. We're going to place it so that that vinyl is basically in the middle. And we're going to hit the green arrow, the little C, and it's going to count down. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on it. I'm not pressing that hard. And then when it counts down, it'll beep, and we'll see how we're doing. If it's not stuck there, we're just going to do it again. So there we go. There is our 15 seconds. Make sure you don't put it back on the cord. We're going to take this off and see. I can see it didn't stick. So I'm going to basically just do it again. So I'm going to place it down, and then I'm going to put more pressure this time. I'm holding it a little bit harder. All right, there we go. Take it off. Try to peel back this side. Not quite yet. I'm going to do it one more time. Might be hitting that buckle there. All right, press it again. And again, putting some pressure down on it. There we go. So now when I peel it back, my E was not quite on there all the way. I'm going to go slow with this as something starts to come up. Press it down. The other side. So with this fabric, again, it's not sticking. Right, I might let the glue cool a little bit more next time. There we go. We have put our vinyl onto our fabric. When you're done with this, the critical part is that you unplug the machine. You just let it cool where it is. Make sure that that cord is not underneath the heating element, and then it's going to cool down and be ready to go for the next person that is ready to use it.